Hello, I'm Yolanda. Today I'm going to make a new video on how to make a Dominican or Italian meringue, which is the same. In my opinion, this is one of the tastiest and easiest frostings to make. Let's get started. You will need 3/4 cups water, 2 cups granulated sugar, a couple of drops of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of sugar separate, 1 tablespoon of syrup, corn syrup, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 8 ounces of egg whites, 1 candy thermometer, and also a medium pot. If the weather is humid, you may add a teaspoon of cream of tartar or a teaspoon of meringue powder. To the mixing bowl, add the egg whites, the tablespoon of sugar, and the vanilla. Bring it to the mixer. If you are going to add cream of tartar or meringue powder, you may do it now. They add consistency to the meringue, especially if you are using the meringue to make flowers. We will continue by mixing the water, the lemon, the corn syrup, and the sugar in the pot. Pour the sugar little by little, not to touch the edges of the pot. Slowly mix until the sugar is completely covered by the water. Avoid letting the sugar adhere to the pot. Bring it to the stove to a medium heat until it reaches 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Watch the pot at all times to make sure the liquid reaches the right temperature. When the mixture reaches 220 degrees Fahrenheit, we start the mixer. We use the globe and not the paddle for this process. Now that the syrup has reached 220 degrees Fahrenheit, I will start the mixer, which means that the mixer will be mixing and the syrup is still in the pot, is boiling. Scrape the edges of the pot to verify that there is no sugar stuck to it. Remember that now we are just waiting for the syrup to reach 230 degrees Fahrenheit. There are several ways to check if the syrup has reached the right temperature. One of them is by using a spoon and scooping the syrup from the pot and let it run down the spoon. If it runs down looking very thin like a thread, that means that the syrup is ready. Another way is by taking a flat plate with cold water and dropping a little bit of the syrup onto the plate. If you are able to gather the syrup and form a soft ball, that means that it is at the soft ball stage, meaning it has reached 230 degrees Fahrenheit. You may also use a candy thermometer and verify the temperature. I just performed the cold water test and it formed a soft ball. This means it is ready, but I will also use my thermometer to verify it. Yep, it is ready. Now pour the syrup onto the egg whites, dripping it slowly so that the syrup does not touch the bottom of the bowl. Continue beating until the bowl is completely cool to the touch. Even though others don't use this method, I say like my grandmother used to say, every cook has her own cookbook. Use the method that works best for you. Remember that this process takes time and you need to be very patient. Remember that the bowl needs to be cool to the touch. Do not attempt to stop the mixer and start using the meringue like that. You need to wait. And we are almost done. Now my bowl is cool to the touch and my meringue is ready for me to use in my cake. If this is your first time and it did not come out the way it should, continue trying again. It took me many times before I perfected this process. Thanks for watching. I hope that you learned something today. Please don't forget to subscribe and share, and I will see you next time here at Yolanda's Cakes.